for being here. Today, I will just give you the overview of Microsoft Intune Admin Center. Basically, Microsoft gives us the platform to manage our devices. Devices can be any, like it can be. Let me show you here. It can be Windows, iOS, macOS, and Android. Previously, it was just Windows proprietary, but now it manages macOS, Android, iOS, and we have a good options. And Microsoft is improving it day by day. And from here we can just see the Microsoft Cloud, and we can see different portals for everything. Microsoft has different portals like for Azure infrastructure, it has Azure. For it is Azure portal.io.com, and for other services it has different portals. And for Intune, it has intune.microsoft.com. For Defender, it has different portal. For Intra ID, where we uses the users and groups, it is just previously it's called as a Active Directory. Now it is called as a Intra ID. So Microsoft uses different portals to segregate the things to make it simple. And today we will just go to overview of Microsoft Admin Center. And here we can see in homes, we'll see the status, how many status of how many devices are in compliance, or how many devices are not in compliance, how many what are the errors of the connectors. Actually, I am showing you the video which is like restricted tenant, and I don't have full access of it. But in the next video, I will show you the tenant where we will have whole access, and I will show you the real things like a real environment. So here we can just go here and see the things like this is all about healthy service, healthy accounts, devices are compliant or not compliance, and we will just explore the things here. This is the explorer of Microsoft Intune Admin Center, and we will see the devices here, how much devices we have for macOS, Windows, iOS, and Android. We will see here by category, like by platform. If it is Windows, we will go to the Windows. If it is iOS, we will go for iOS. If it is for macOS, we will go for macOS. So this is all the devices and segregated by platform. If we go into the Windows, we will see and we can just make the uh, configurations of Windows here. We can make the configuration profiles assigned to the groups of the Windows, and we will see the compliance policies, why to whom, which policies are configured to which devices, and how we mark them as a compliance. We can just make the scripts and evaluations. We can just upload the .act file here, and it accept the scripts too for Windows. And for enrollment, we have different enrollment types, and it asks us, like we have enrollment options. For automatic enrollment, we have senior meditation enrollment, we have co-management settings, and we have device platform restrictions. Okay, configure which platform versions can enroll, and device limit, how many devices a user can enroll. And we can just configure the Windows Hello for business as authenticator. And we can just make the policies, how if we are enrolling the device where Windows Autopilot, then there is a policy how it must go from OBE to enrollment. Okay, this is all the things the same. The Windows Autopilot, there is a separate window for Windows Autopilot, and we can see the devices, deployment profiles, environment status page, and how Intune just to verify the things from intra ID, like users or groups. So there's a connector that is called Intune connector for Active Directory. just we can go all the things, and we can just manage the PCs too if we have 365 cloud PCs, and we want like its concept of VDI, like virtual desktop. If we buy some PCs or 365 apps from cloud, then we can manage them here too. Okay, here is just Windows updates. Like we can manage the Windows updates here. We can just make the policies, update rings. We can just quality updates, feature updates. We can just manage these things, and we can implement the policies to our Windows. We can allow the users to defer it for different days, but we can just push it to. We can just manage it, the auto patch groups to, without restarting the laptop. Some features should be installed, like updates or any other things. So this is for Windows. Same for Mac OS. Like we basically manage those two. Most of the time we use Mac OS or Windows for Intune, and for Mac OS, same environment. If we see on environment page, there is, first of all, we have to just make a trust relationship of Intune with Apple. So for this, we have to push the MDM certificate, and after that, we can just use the Apple Configurator app, or we can use the enrollment program tokens. For enrollment program tokens, we can use Apple Business Manager, or we can use School Business Manager. For Apple Business Manager, again, we just have to make the relationship of this tokens with Apple Business Manager MDM server, and we will later see it how to configure the Intune with Apple Business Manager, and see what we can do. Actually, I will show you the real production environment, but right now I'm just giving you the overall. I'm showing you the overall GUI, how Intune Admin Center looks like. Okay, same things. We can just manage the environment types, device platform restrictions, device limit restrictions, and same we can just implement the configurations here, and we can just make the compliance policies here, and we can upload the we can upload the scripts here for Intune, and Mac OS updates is deprecated here, but still we can make the policies, like if there is some updates, it should be auto pushed after 3 days, after 4 days into the user's machine. And same thing goes for Mac OS, and the same thing goes for apps. We can just deploy the apps here, like there are two types of apps, required or available. If required, when users onboard the machine, these apps are installed on those machines. If it is available, then these apps are available in like company portal, and a user can download these apps without admin intervention whenever he wants, because these apps are company approved. Okay, for these apps, we can just see the segregations for Windows apps, for iOS apps, for macOS apps, for Android apps, and for Windows apps we can just upload the Win32, we can upload the apps of exe file, but exe file isn't accepted in Microsoft Intune. We can upload the we can have convert the exe file into Win32, then have to update it. But nowadays we have enterprise catalog apps, and we can just push the apps from enterprise catalog, and we can just push it, and we don't need to push the exe file or Win32 file or other files. The enterprise catalog handles it all. Like we just have to select the apps and just to push to assign the groups of Windows, and then it will be pushed automatically to those groups. So we have different apps for Windows, for Mac OS, for other things that are approved by company. We can just push here. We can see which apps are like actually. We can see which apps are successfully uh, like uh, installed, which apps are not installed, which apps have license, which have not doesn't have license. So this is the overview where we can see all the things. Okay, and this is the configurations of profiles. This is the protection of profile. How can we protect the files? And this is the M365 for Windows, even for Mac OS. We can just push these apps to end users, and this is how I will show you one by one all the things. But right now, this is how Microsoft Intune Admin Center GUI looks like. And endpoint, if we see the endpoint security center, there are security baseline like there are security baseline there's Microsoft baseline security profiles instructions. We can just allow it or deny it, and we can manage the tenant as per our requirement or as per our standard Microsoft security procedure. And agents, we rarely deals with this because this is for developers. This is for if we have some agents, we want to perform him something, some tasks here. We can just deploy agents, but still we can use the reports for our report management to see how uh, how Microsoft Admin Center uh, works, how many devices it have, which are in compliance, which are not in compliant. So same things for users. This is look like intra admin center, and all the things are like intra admin center. We can see here, we can just see the users, its properties, it's auto logs and logs. We can see its custom attributes, roles, groups, which in which group he has. We can just go on applications, what applications access the user have, the license. We can see it user license. We can see the user devices here. We can just see the your role in assignment, either he has some subscription or not, either he is a contributor or owner or whatever the role he has in that. This is actually for cloud infrastructure. And authentication methods, we can see what authentication method user has added, and we can just reset authentications, add, revoke sessions, all the things we can do here from. This is just like intra-ID center. Okay, then we have groups, same for if we will implement some policies or configure the policies and implement to devices, then we have to add the devices into a group. For management, we use groups so that we don't have to implement the things to individual users. We make the groups, we make the things simple by adding the users in groups, then assign the policies to those groups. And there is a tenant administration. We just can make the remote help if we need to access the users from remotely. Then there is a we use Anydesk, TeamView, or we use RM tools. Anydesk gives us the RM tool that is remote help. We can configure this, and we can just make tunnel with others networks. Like if we want to make its tunnel with our on-prem network or with other Azure infrastructure, we can make. Then we can just see the connectors and tokens if we want to connect our Intune with other services like Apple Business Manager or Jamf Pro. We can just connect this and Apple VP tokens if we want to push the apps from Apple Business Manager and from Apple catalog, then so that Intune can use it. We have to make the trust relationship of Intune and Apple Business Manager, and for that we just purchase the VPP tokens, and just that we make the trust relationships of them, and just then we just connected them. We can buy the apps from Apple Business Manager, can push them in Intune, and from Intune we can just assign them to our devices groups, like either it is Mac OS or Windows. So this is all the things we can just see. We can make its connection with Google Play, Chrome Enterprise, and we can just use the Microsoft Defender for endpoints. If we have lessons of it too, we can just make the Teamweaver connector, ServiceNow connector. We can just make the certificate connectors. This is how connectors works, and in Tenant Administration, actually it is configured. Okay, this is all about for today because this is an overview. I do not want to indulge into the things that are more in depth. We will see each and every in real Tenet from the next video. I will by our lessons of Microsoft Intune and will show you how things actually works. For today, it's enough. Thank you for so much for your time and have a good day. Thank you.